Hong Kong vertical bar 60 Hong Kong dollars takes you back to Paris 1874 and meets the masters of Impressionism. A few days ago, I went to Hong Kong for 3 days for the Basel Art Fair. I also visited the Impressionist VR exhibition, Paris 1874 Impressionist Night, an immersive exploration virtual tour, which made up for the regret that I didn't have time to visit the Musée d'Orsay in Paris last year. This is my first time to see a VR exhibition. In the past, I always thought it was just a gimmick and expensive, so I would rather save my money to see the real thing. But this time it was really worth it, and I want to see it again. It took almost an hour to take the subway from Mung Kok to the Hong Kong Design Institute. After checking the tickets, the staff kindly reminded us to store our bags, and then we watched a 5-minute film in the small hall on the first floor. The film has Chinese subtitles and mainly tells the history of Paris before and after 1874, about how Napoleon III, the Franco-Prussian War and Haussmann redesigned Paris, and the situation of artists at that time. Then we went to another hall, where there was a machine that allowed you to enter your name and select the language you wanted. There were English, French, Mandarin, and Cantonese. We chose our native language, Cantonese. Afterwards, the staff will help us put on the VR glasses and explain how to use them. When we put on VR glasses, we entered the virtual world and immediately traveled back to Paris at that time. Walk on the streets of Paris in 1874 and follow the models to get to know the Impressionist masters, Monet, Degas, Renoir, Cézanne, Pissarro, Morisot. The masters personally introduced to us the creative ideas of their paintings. Then we visited the official Salon exhibition and the first Impressionist exhibition, took a train to the suburbs of Paris to see the scene where Monet and Renoir sketched the Frog Pond, and even went to the balcony where Monet painted the sunrise in Le Havre, Normandy, and witnessed the birth of the painting Impression, Sunrise. What touched my heart the most was that I was moved to tears when I saw a large group of painters gathered in Bazile's studio. These are great artists who are about to change the world. Their determination and resolve are so touching. In addition to its exquisite production, the most important thing about this VR exhibition is that it can be listened to in a language that we are familiar with, allowing us to focus more on the pictures without having to try too hard to listen to English. We can relax a lot and watch the VR in a more immersive way. Moreover, the ticket price is much cheaper than last year in Paris. It was €20 in Paris, but only 80 Hong Kong dollars in Hong Kong. Finally, don't miss the exhibition boards on the second floor and the video on how this VR exhibition was made, where you can learn about the care that went into making this VR exhibition. 1. It is recommended to go to the Hong Kong Mu. The VR experience takes the audience back to the streets of Paris in 1867 to see the first Impressionist exhibition, which is of great significance in art history. The painters themselves introduce the creative concepts of their exhibited paintings, and they go to the scenes where they sketched, including the balcony where Monet painted the sunrise in Normandy. The characters and scenes are right in front of you, and the sense of immersion is very strong. It really feels like meeting and communicating with historical celebrities. It is recommended to visit during the morning hours on weekdays when there are fewer visitors and less interference from human figures. There is a making of on the first floor, which is worth seeing the dedication of the production team behind it. There is also a music library next to it where you can listen to vinyl records, and there is also another design exhibition, which is nice. It turns out that the museum pass has a 25% discount, but I don't know how to use it on Klook. Hong Kong Paris 1874 Impressionist Night VR Experience Review. This immersive virtual journey reconstructs the 19th century Paris street scene with high-precision modeling, making the audience feel as if they have traveled to the historical scene where Impressionism was born. VR technology cleverly breaks the barriers of time and space. The audience can hold a virtual lantern and interact with the paintings of Monet and Renoir. The touch of the fingertip triggers the decomposition of brushstrokes and the analysis of light and shadow, combining artistic enlightenment with technological fun. Surround sound effects and dynamic particle effects enhance multidimensional perception. Although the accuracy of local scene mapping is slightly insufficient, the overall balance between art history class and dream experience is achieved, giving classic art a creative digital new life.